Let's see if we can just do this. Yay.
Oh, you get them working? I gotta come look at them.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the top level here, though, honestly. Like,
Was it a bit of a drop? Oh.
Yeah.
We could carve it out one more, right?
Like,
or would that look too weird?
Like into the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Might look weird. Hmm.
I guess the alternative
no,
is
like,
we have to raise the roof.
or anything?
No, we have to raise the
Can't
roof.
raise the roof.
Because otherwise you hit your head. I guess that's the right thing to do, is just to raise the roof.
Yeah, yeah. Do that. What, do we hit it with hammers?
I think so. If not, it's axes.
Yeah, it's hammers. Okay. Oh, whoops. I don't need to go that far.
Tops them down here. I can really experiencing them. Oh, that's real nice. Oh. It's like you took a big dump on him.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. Fuck it. Kind of ugly.
How does it do that? Oh, I guess because you haven't placed stuff behind it yet, and that's why it does that.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't Portal Knights.
I'm honestly surprised how good Portal Knights looks.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird because no one knows about that game. No one I've talked to has been like, oh yeah, Portal Knights.
It's probably because it's a game for tiny babies.
What I find odd is that every game we play, there's like one person that's a fucking expert that just shows up. And I guess some guy that never watched my streams before popped in last night and was just like, the resident expert here. Let me tell you everything about this game, and continue to comment about how cringeworthy it is that I'm not doing this or that. It's like, where do these people come from? Why is there always one fucking expert?
There's always one. These stairs are awesome, by the way.
I know.
Look great.
They're way better than the wood ones were, that's for sure.
I like it better than clambering.
Yeah. Man, that thing takes forever to make those. Yes, Cupcake, you are the person for this game.
Yeah. A lot of knowledge about a game combined with a lack of tact is a real bad combo. I want to be helpful and hateful
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's intentionally hateful, but I think there's an element of, like, I don't know, braggadociousness.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I can't believe this guy doesn't know how to blah 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 blah. Oh well, you know, it's because sitting around playing this game isn't my full-time job. It's not my whole life.
That's not you, Cupcake. You don't come across like a douchebag, just to be clear.
I was just trying to help. Well, then maybe you shouldn't have said, I can't believe, and other such things like that.
There's always one of those people at the conventions too. I guess it's just any situation in life. There's always one person that's just like, how do you exist here? There's always that one guy at the convention that doesn't know to fuck off.
It's like the equivalent of a town drunk. It's because that makes me. I visited a friend at his record store the other day, and some guy walking by. I can't remember how he like turned to us both and went, "Hey, one of y'all got a cigarette, man?" And then he just laughed and walked away before either of us could answer. And he was like, "Oh, that's just the town drunk." I was like, "Oh, you guys are the town drunk." I forgot those are a thing. It was like 4 p.m. on a Friday. But
was that like his catchphrase?
I guess so. That's the way it came off, honestly, when he walked away. But yeah, I don't know why that reminded me of that. Those people at conventions, but they're the town drunks of conventions. They're there to make you feel kind of weird and then leave.
The one that always comes to mind was this kid in Paris that was convinced he was just going to be on our panel, and like his mom was like supportive of the whole thing. It was just like, your whole fucking family is the worst.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah, you can go about it in a cool way, and you can go about it in a shitty way.
Yeah.
And the people that go about it in a shitty way just stick in our brains, and so complain.
Were they just trying to like push you their way into it?
He was probably like 10, if I had to guess his age, and he was like, he was just. I mean, like the whole time we did our signing before the panel, he was just there. Like, he never got the hint to like, you know, you kind of like nudge people like, all right, man, well, it was good meeting you, you know, and then you like don't look at them anymore, and you look at the next person in line, and like kind of like, you know, now it's your turn to fuck off.
You join in that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. He just continues to hang there.
Like,
just
dude,
yeah.
You had your turn, son.
And so finally, like his mom kept like standing there too, and was like asking things like, you know, how can he play with you? What does he need to do to play on your server and all this? We were just like,
not how this works.
He just can't. And so
brutal.
Then it comes time for the panel, and he's still standing there, like at the front of like everyone has taken their seats, and he's standing like in front of where we were all seated on the stage, and he's like, I want to be on your panel with you, and we're like, no, you can't. This
how he talked. How did he talk again? How was it?
I want to
Give us
be on
another
the panel
demo.
with you.
Yeah, yeah.
I would like to be upon your panel.
It's pretty much. It's just,
There goes dude bashing on Pyro.
yeah, this is how Pyro got in Minecraft, everybody.
Yeah, he never really got in. He just never left. He's still in line to talk to Dude.
Yeah, but then we were all like, no, you can't. And he's like, well, you could ask. Why don't you ask? And we're like, no, please.
Huh? Oh, he meant like you guys were saying like you don't have permission to have him on.
Right.
Like the reality that he lives in is that you guys desperately want him on, but you guys
You're just not
don't have
allowed.
permission.
Right. And we just need to ask, and it'll be all right. It was, yeah. He will always
That's
stick in my
brutal.
memory.
It's
You
always
just
it's
ask
always real
yourselves.
hard when the hint ain't taken. That sucks that the parents weren't getting the hint either.
Yeah.
Well, they made that kid, so they're probably not a whole lot different.
Yeah, good point.
That's what our kids would be like if we had children. Just like socially awkward balls of fucking nerves and messes.
Oh man.
That kid's probably listening right now, like, still not getting it though.
Yeah. I wonder who that kid was that they were talking about.
Oh man, there was one at TwitchCon that made me leave the convention. This was a woman, and I didn't go back the last day because I just couldn't avoid her anymore, and there was no way to do anything but never go back. There's always
Did you
one.
want your dick good?
No, but she wanted just to play with me and Chad, and there was nothing that could be said or done to convince her that we weren't going to be making videos together once we left TwitchCon.
Oh well. Bitches be crazy.
Oh yeah, Brian met this one. He knows what I'm talking about.
Honestly, the amount of shit that happens to you guys whenever you go to these things are just like insane.
It sucks when you are not much more socially capable than the person that's got you in like social paralysis at one of these things.
Ooh, social paralysis.
That's a really good
fucking
term.
word. Yeah.
That's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like when you're standing there and somebody starts talking to you about some sort of, you know, some fucking esoteric mod for Minecraft you've never heard of that's got like 5 million layers of fucking space crystals or some goddamn shit, and they're telling you about each layer, and no matter what you say, no matter what you do, and you start talking to somebody else, it just doesn't matter. They're still going. It's sort of like, it just becomes like a background noise, and you just get stuck there going, yeah, I think I even had one where I said, like, well, I really have to go, and then it was on to, like, you know, the quadrillion and first fucking whatever detail about this mod. Like, acknowledged it. He was like, yeah, okay. Also, this thing, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, what do I have to do? Do I have to just die?
That's when
Die
you
on my
need
feet.
another person to just like, you need to
Yeah,
have
you
a
need a
signal
rescue.
and
You need a
then
handler.
be like, hey man,
But
we're
yeah.
late, we gotta go, and then just
No,
like start
yeah.
walking.
I'm all about that. If we go to TwitchCon, we will exchange numbers. We'll have safe words.
Safe words.
you can help pull me out of combos. I'll help pull you out of combos.
Hey,
we'll
that
work
didn't-
together.
That didn't help Chad.
At Minecon, we have handlers now,
Oh,
and it's actually pretty nice. Like, I hate to be an asshole, but it is
No, I mean,
really
yeah.
nice.
Kind of necessary when you're dealing with that big of crowds.
In London one time, me and Chad and some other people took a taxi cab around the block to get rid of people, basically. Because we just wanted to go eat, and the place we wanted to go eat was like walking distance from where we were, and it was after a party or a meetup or something, and like people wouldn't get the hint that we're gonna go now, we're gonna go eat. And they were like, "Yeah, let's go eat," and we're like, "No, but."
Oh no.
So we were like, "Oh, we gotta get in a cab to go to our restaurant." And we were like, got in the cab. We're like, "All right, just drive around for a little while."
I had no bad experiences at PAX. Well, I was surprised. I thought I was gonna have a couple awkward run-ins, but like the few people who knew me were all normal. I was
Lucky.
Yeah, I got to just chill.
Oh, someone
Man,
just
I
brought
thought
up
I was
owl.
making.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard about that.
You
I've
didn't
only
hear about
heard
owl?
in passing.
Oh my god, that was one of the most fantastic things. That was at
I got a
Minecon this
really
year, right?
quick TLDR of it. But
Yeah,
that was
that's
it.
what I meant
Like,
when
from
I
what
said
I
it
know,
didn't work out for Chad.
this was this dude who invaded Chad's space. That's all I know about it.
Yeah, so he was on the same
Well,
plane.
that's when he
Go ahead.
got to the safe place. All of his quote unquote friend immediately realized what the situation was and decided to perpetuate it.
And by this, I'm pretty sure Cove is referring to me.
You and Seb and everybody else who was there. You're like, oh yeah, he wants to get rid of this guy. Let's see how long this will go.
Well, because
See how far we can take this guy.
it was pretty fantastic, you have to admit.
Sure,
Probably
no,
not for
yeah.
Chad.
I wish
but
we would have been there.
I was just
Yeah.
pretending like I care. I don't.
So, on Chad's airplane from LA to where was Minecon at last year? Where were we at? San Francisco?
Anaheim? Was it
Anaheim.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Anaheim.
So I guess it wasn't a very long flight, really. The person Chad got sat beside, like, His name was Owl. He was a music producer. He made his own shoes.
Sandal maker.
Yes, I have pictures on my phone of these sandals that he had fashioned and was wearing, like strips of leather, like string. And we get there, and Chad. So we all went to the Sky Lounge after we got off our flight, and Chad refused to fly Delta, so he couldn't get in the Sky Lounge. And this is honestly why I enjoyed it so much, because when I booked all the flights, I was like, we should all fly Delta so we can just hang out in the Sky Lounge after we all get there. And Chad was like, I don't want to fly Delta, and I was like, all right, fine. And so I had to book him a flight on Southwest or something like that. Well, so anyways, this is what he fucking gets. This is what happens when you don't fly Delta. He got sat beside Al, and the whole trip Al was telling him how like this whole thing was like this kismet karma thing. You know, the ticket he just gotten like was given to him, or he got the money the day before, and he was coming to Anaheim. He was going to start his music career and all this shit. And so Chad gets off the flight, and he starts messaging us in WhatsApp, and he's like, someone needs to save me. He typed in, I got a Klingon, like the fucking like like from Star Trek. And we were all, me and Sevenus and Seth are all in the Sky Lounge just eating and drinking, and we're just laughing our asses off. Like, what's he talking about, a Klingon? Like, and Sev even like messaged back like Star Trek.
Oh my god. That's great.
And he's like, please help, where are you? And like, we told him like Delta Sky Lounge. He's like, all right, I'll be there. And of course he couldn't get there because he was in a different terminal. So eventually everyone kind of gets there, Doc and Packrat, everyone. So we leave the Delta Lounge and go and meet everyone in their terminal. And then here comes Chad with this guy, this fucking Owl guy. And Pyro's like talking to him, and Pyro thinks it's just a friend of Chad's, and so Pyro's like chatting him up and like, oh yeah, man, yeah, everything's great and all this, and Chad's like got these wide eyes looking at all of us like, what do I do, how do I get rid of this guy? And the Owl guy was like,
oh my god,
so I'm just gonna go with y'all. And I was like, yeah, man, we got a whole van coming here in a minute, you might as well.
Wow.
So yeah, he just wouldn't leave. He stayed until he walked outside with us to the van, and Sevenus was like, you need to go away now. We're done with you.
Oh my god. Oh, that's incredible. Fuck, that's awful and incredible.
It was pretty much the most fantastic of convention moments.
If you guys hadn't intervened with him and Pyro talking, you could have just left them there and solved 2 problems.
Yeah, I think Pyro did hug him. I think that's true. Somebody just said that in chat. I think that did happen.
That's great. I feel like I'm very good at handling people like that. I think that's my blessing in life.
I don't know how Chad just didn't tell him to fuck off the moment they got off the plane. Like, whenever the guy told Chad, yeah, I'm going to go with y'all, Chad should have been like, no, you're not. But what Chad had told him was, well, I don't know if the other people I'm with will be okay with that. And so whenever he got over, the guy asked, he's like, you're okay with that? I was like, well, we got a van.
Oh, that's great.
See if he has a website, get some of those sandals.
Yeah, I'm waiting for his music career to take off, and like we hear about Owl one day. Too fantastic.